Hello and welcome to Lovely English Stories. Thank you for stopping by. This story is written for intermediate English learners. Ready? Let's get started. B1, B2 English story. The Missing Cat. Jennifer's cat had gone missing. She was sick with worry. She had looked out of her window and called for Sam from her back door for what felt like hundreds of times that morning. How could one little fluffy furball cause so much anguish and upset? Jennifer had got Sam from the local animal rescue centre. She originally went to get a dog, but was so drawn to Sam that she couldn't resist but to bring him home and give him a lovely life. She spoilt him rotten. He always had the best food, he had daily brushes, and lots of love and attention. He had been taken to the animal shelter by his previous owner, who could no longer afford to look after him. Cats can be expensive. Sam was usually a house cat, but in recent months he had wanted to go outside. Normally, he only ventured as far as the garden gate and wandered around the yard, but this time was different. Sam had been spooked. When Jennifer let him out for his daily wander, a loud motorbike drove by and terrified him. He ran off, and she hadn't seen him since. He had been gone for hours. Jennifer knew she was probably worrying unnecessarily, but Sam didn't know the area. He was timid and easily frightened. She walked around her estate several times with his treat box. She shook it in the hope that he might run out from under a bush. She went to her immediate neighbours' houses and asked if they could check their sheds and gardens to see if Sam was hiding anywhere, but he was nowhere to be seen. Jennifer couldn't wait around for him any longer. She had to get to work. She worked as a police officer and was on the afternoon into the evening shift. She tried to eat something, even though she was too worried about Sam. Then she had a shower and set off for work. She asked her neighbours to keep an eye out for him and called her sister en route to work to ask her if she wouldn't mind popping around later in the day to see if Sam had come back. Luckily, Jennifer was incredibly busy at work. She had lots of paperwork to complete and was called out to several jobs without a break. So it took her mind off worrying about Sam. Towards the end of her shift, she checked her phone. Her sister had stayed at her house for a few hours, but there was still no sign of Sam. Jennifer thought how silly people must think she is to be so worried about a cat. But he meant a lot to her. He made her smile and was great company whenever she got a little lonely. He was more than just a cat to her. He was like her little friend and companion. As Jennifer clocked off work and drove home, she hoped that Sam would be waiting for her. What she would give to hear his little meow when she walked down the path to her front door. She pulled up outside her house and looked around. No cats to be seen. The street was eerily quiet, as most people had gone to bed, and the winter nights were drawing in. She walked down the little path to her house and felt her heart sink as no Sam could be seen. She reluctantly opened the door as she wanted to stay outside and wait for him, but it was too cold. She went inside her house and turned on the light. She hoped her sister might have surprised her, and Sam would be sat in his favourite spot on the arm of the sofa. But he wasn't. The house felt so empty without him. Jennifer went upstairs and got ready for bed. After a long shift, she felt exhausted. She washed her face and brushed her teeth, then headed back downstairs to make herself a hot drink before bed. She always liked to enjoy a cup of hot chocolate as she read her book. As she was mixing her drink, she heard a noise in her back garden. It was a familiar sound. Suddenly there was scratching at the door. Her heart skipped a beat. It was Sam. She opened the door and in he ran, purring and meowing like crazy. She picked him up and gave him a huge cuddle. He was very hungry as he had been out all day. The mystery of where Sam ran off to was never solved, but Jennifer was so happy to have him back healthy and happy. Now let's go through some vocabulary from the story. We'll start with some of the advanced vocabulary and idioms. Heart skips a beat. When your heart skips or misses a beat, you feel very nervous or excited. To spoil someone rotten. If you spoil someone rotten, then you do whatever they want to do, or you give them anything that they want. Timid. Timid. To be timid is to be shy and nervous, or without much confidence. And if someone or something is timid, then they can be easily frightened. Reluctantly. Reluctantly. If you act reluctantly, then you act in a way that shows that you are not willing to do something and are therefore slow to do it. Unnecessarily. Unnecessarily is in a way that is not needed or wanted, or more than what is needed or wanted. Now let's go through some of the intermediate vocabulary. Companion. A companion is a person you spend a lot of time with, often because you are friends or because you are traveling together. To resist. To resist is to stop yourself from doing something that you want to do. Scratching. Scratching. Scratching is the sound of something, such as an animal's sharp nails rubbing on a surface. So Sam was scratching at the door. Shelter. Shelter. A shelter is a building that is designed to give protection from bad weather or danger or attacks. For example, in the story, it was the animal shelter where animals are looked after. Treat. A treat is a type of food that is eaten in addition to your usual meals. For example, a biscuit or chocolate could be a treat. Wander. To wander. To wander is to walk around slowly in a relaxed way or without any clear purpose or plan or direction. Mystery. If something is a mystery, then it is strange or not known, and perhaps it is not explained or understood. Lonely. Lonely means you are unhappy because you are not with other people. Excited. To be excited is to be very happy and enthusiastic because something good is going to happen, especially when this makes you unable to relax. Exhausted. To be exhausted is to be extremely tired. Afford. To afford. To afford is to be able to buy or do something because you have enough money or time. We hope you enjoyed this lovely English story and the vocabulary explanations. Thank you for stopping by, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Get productive and check out our language learning productivity packs and stories on Etsy. You can find the link in the description box below. See you soon!